I work at Great Gold 1410 AM, WHTG. I'm the morning show host and also the program director.
Okay. How did you get started?
In the industry?
Sure. Do everything for me, Tom.
Resisting urge. Resisting urge. I actually got started driving the van. I worked for another radio station here at the shore, WJRZ, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I started out working in promotions. I set up and tore down all the equipment at station events. I actually wore the dog outfit costume we had, which made for some pretty funny pictures of me holding babies. And then I worked my way up to being part-time on air, and then hopped from station to station to station, and 5 years later, landed here at Press Communications.
How'd you get here?
How did I get here? Good point. Networking. Someone that I worked with at WJRZ, who was let go when the station changed formats, came to one of our sister stations and was doing the morning show. And he knew that they were looking for someone to work for the oldies station, do the morning show and programming, and help out with the other stations. And said, "Hey, Big Tom, you'd be great for this. Why don't you come in and interview?" And I was doing afternoons at another station, but they offered me better money, more hours, and a shorter commute here, so I made the jump.
Nice. Mm-hmm. What do you like most about the job?
I finally get to pick what songs are on the radio. Well, that's part of it. I love interacting with the listeners. One of my other duties here at Press is I host the Saturday night dance party on The Breeze, which is the adult contemporary station the company owns. And I actually get to have a lot of fun Saturday nights. I get to play high energy music. I get to take requests, dedications, shout outs, and I love interacting with the listeners.
What do you hate most about the job? Or should I say dislike?
What do I hate most about the job? The industry itself is going through a lot of change because of the rise of the internet and these little devices and the onslaught of non-traditional media. So the number of jobs that would have been available 10, 15 years ago are now about a third of that number. There's, everything is being consolidated. People are now doing 2 or 3 duties where they will only have done one. So the industry itself is going through some change. It makes it hard for someone who is young, like we are, wanting to get in the business doing more than just being an intern or working promotions.
So how do you feel that the new technologies will impact the media industry in the future? Like, do you think it's going to help as far as like more advertising online? And
advertising is going to be going more online than in traditional media like newspapers, television, and radio. But the cool thing about working in traditional media is that we already have a leg up. We have content. We have really good content. The key is now, how do we transcribe what we do on the radio or on television or in print and transition that into digital form where we can still make money on it and have viewers, listeners, participants. One of the big things about Press is that all the stations have Facebook pages, they have Text Connect, and the jocks and management are very big on making sure that we're very active on Facebook and with social media, that the listeners feel that it's their station too. That's something that not many other places can claim.
That's good. What do you recommend for students and how they can get started? I mean, you're a student yourself.
Yeah, I'm still a student myself. Super senior. Internships are great. What's even better is actually working at your college station, getting some experience behind the microphone, learning how to work the equipment, and sucking it up and working in promotions until you can, force yourself on air. Make demos, use the facilities that we have at Ryder, make a demo, ask someone who may have some experience, find a mentor. Was lucky enough to find one who's still mentoring me, and he was good enough to say, give me some direction and well-needed critiques and give me a push to go to my then program director and say, hey, here's a demo I made, what do you think? Because if the PD or whoever is in charge sees you have some drive, they're going to want to tap that and use you to your fullest advantage. So you have to just be forceful, get your foot in the door, and take every available opportunity he can.